Here's how to play the A Team by Ed Sheeran the right way. Burn low, sour taste, and they say she's in. To play this song right, you're just gonna need these chords. The E minor 7 chord, the G major chord, C, sometimes with a pinky, and this D over F sharp chord, then finally A minor 7. And the strumming pattern for this song is going to be down, down, up, all the way throughout. And if you let your palm go down on the strings every time you do a down strum with your pick, it'll make a sound like this. If you're not able to make that muting sound, that's okay. You can just strum down, down, up, down. Verses of the song are really easy. You just start off with G major and your strumming pattern. When you're ready to transition, what you're gonna do is a down, down, up with G, then a down, down, up on D over F sharp, and that will lead you to the E minor 7 chord, where you continue the strum pattern. Then you add a C chord and go back to G. And you can loop that while singing all of your verses. For the chorus, you just need to play the chords in this order with the same strumming pattern, starting with A minor 7, then C, then G, and that D over F sharp again. But one thing I hear in the chorus that Ed Sheeran likes to do is keep his pinky right down on the 3rd fret of this very bottom string for every single one of these chords. So you have A minor 7, but your pinky on the 3rd fret, then you leave it there for the C chord, you leave it there for the G chord, and when you do the D over F sharp, you can even keep it here, although sometimes he just plays the C chord up 2 frets to get a different D major chord sound. And if you're playing it by yourself, you might want to open up your strums on the chorus just a little bit to make it sound different than the verse. So you can do that by taking that mute out or just playing it a little bit louder. The chorus continues with an E minor 7 chord, then C, then G, and you just play that twice. We're gonna loop that whole progression 3 times in a row. And after this 3rd time through with these 3 chords, we're gonna do it one more time, but we're gonna add in another chord at the end, the D major, which is the part of the song when he says, "It's too cold outside for angels to fly." And you finish it up with one more round of that E minor, C, G, and then D. This is pretty much the entire song, but there's a little guitar solo and a section that we might call the bridge. So after you repeat everything that we just played a 2nd time through, you can play these chords for the bridge. It's just A minor 7, which you can put the pinky on the 3rd fret for again, then C, then it goes to E minor, and you can keep the pinky down if you want, and then the G major chord here. This is when he sings "An Angel Will Die Covered in White." And when the guitar solo pops in, you can just go back to the E minor, C, and G that we had in the chorus. There's a couple other additional details that make this song sound really cool. When I watched him play and perform this live, there was a bunch of little details that I picked up on that you can add to your own playing to make it sound good. For one, we're kind of playing in a folky way with these chords. It's a folky rhythm, and these are folky fingerings. And that also means that we have a lot of these hammer-ons and pull-offs that we can put on into the chords, which would be like the idea of taking this G major chord, which you can play with the last 3 fingers, and then just hammering on where your middle finger is on the 2nd fret. Or if you like playing G with your first 3 fingers, it's the same string, just with your first finger doing a hammer-on. You can do those little hammer-ons in the C major chord as well, normally done with your middle finger, by starting with your finger off in the chord and then tapping it back on to where it was supposed to be in the first place. So I noticed that he does a lot of those when he's playing this song live. An example could look like this. Anytime there's a G chord being played for a long period throughout the song, he likes to add in these little hammer-ons, the first 2 fingers of a C chord position, but over the G major chord, which is a traditional folk thing to do. We talked about how you can leave your pinky down to have a drone throughout most of these chord positions, but when you get to the chorus, I've also noticed that he likes to play this D add 4 chord, which is just the C major chord up 2 frets, instead of the D over F sharp. Anytime there's a D chord in the song, you can always replace it with this version of D if you want a little bit of variety. You might also notice that I'm getting a little fast and loose with my strumming, and I know I gave you the beat of down, down, up, but the truth is that there's a lot of additional strums that get put in, just maintaining that down, down sound, but having some other ups in there to fill it out, like sometimes doing down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. even having a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up sound. For a gentler approach, you can also drop the pick, doing the first down with your thumb and then using your fingernail to strum the rest of the chord, which might look a little something like this. Down, down, up, down, up. Which gives you an even more traditional folk sound to this pop song. So let's end it off with a complete playthrough of this song from start to finish so that you can see how the sections fit together and make sure that you're playing everything right and trying to do it all in one go. Here we go.